and gentlemen, let's talk about something real, something powerful, something magnetic. The art of detachment. It's not about indifference or playing games. No, it's about knowing your worth, standing firm in your power, and letting the world come to you because you don't chase. It's not your style. When a woman walks through life with purpose, not needing validation, not begging for attention, that's where the magic happens. Men, they sense it. It's like gravity. They pull it in without even knowing why. Let me tell you why. Detachment is not just attractive, it's irresistible. When you detach, you stand taller, you speak clearer, you live freer. Detachment says, I know who I am and I don't need to prove it. It's that quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout because it's too busy shining. So here's the truth. Detachment isn't about pushing people away. It's about drawing the right ones closer. The ones who can see your value without you pointing it out. The ones who match your energy because they recognize it in themselves. Men are drawn to women who detach because it's not about playing hard to get. It's about being too focused, too fulfilled, too alive to settle for anything less than what you deserve. When a woman exudes confidence, it's more than just a feeling or a temporary mood. It's a way of being, a deep-rooted belief in her own value that doesn't require constant reassurance from others. Confidence doesn't need to be loud or overt. It's the quiet assurance that you bring to every space you enter. When you're confident, you don't have to seek validation because you know who you are and what you bring to the table. This type of confidence doesn't stem from arrogance or superiority. It comes from knowing your own worth and being at peace with it. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you move through life, without needing to prove anything to anyone. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic because it sends a clear message. I'm complete as I am, and I don't need anyone to complete me. Men are naturally drawn to this because it's a rare energy that speaks to their own desires for strength, independence, and authenticity. They recognize that confidence is not something you can fake. It's earned through self-acceptance and a genuine understanding of your own power. This quiet confidence is incredibly appealing because it shows emotional maturity. It means you're not looking for someone to fill gaps in your life or validate your decisions. It means you're not living for approval, you're living for yourself. This kind of confidence is attractive because it's grounded, stable, and resilient. It suggests that you can handle whatever life throws at you without losing your sense of self, and that's something that commands attention. Because deep down, everyone wants to be around someone who is at ease with who they are, who knows their worth, and walks through life unapologetically. Energy is a powerful force that often communicates more than words ever could. It's an invisible presence that others feel long before they even speak to you. When a woman is detached, it's not just her demeanor that stands out. It's the energy she carries with her. Her energy is calm, focused, and rooted in self-assurance. This type of energy is incredibly magnetic because it doesn't demand attention, it simply attracts it. People are drawn to that quiet strength, to someone whose presence makes them feel like they've stepped into a space of peace, authenticity, and this magnetic energy comes from within, from being comfortable with who you are and where you are in life. It radiates outward, and without a word, it has the power to shift a room, a situation, or even the course of a conversation. The detached woman doesn't try to fit in or force anything. She just shows up as herself, and in doing so, she draws people toward her. They feel the authenticity in her presence and are naturally inclined to engage with her simply because she carries herself in a way that says, I am whole, I am enough, and I don't need to convince anyone of that. This energy also creates a sense of mystery. There's something about someone who is detached that makes others want to know more, to understand the depth behind the calm exterior. The energy she emits makes people wonder, what's her story? What is it about her that makes her so captivating? It's not about playing hard to get, it's about living with purpose and letting that purpose guide every step, every conversation, and every interaction. People are naturally attracted to energy that feels grounded and centered, especially when it's not dependent on external validation or attention. The energy of detachment is one that feels both secure and expansive. And that's exactly what draws others in. When a woman practices detachment, she inherently commands respect without needing to demand it. Respect isn't something that can be forced. It's something that is earned through consistent actions, integrity, and the way one carries themselves. A detached woman doesn't engage in power struggles or compete for attention. She knows her worth and refuses to compromise on it. She sets boundaries, communicates her needs, and stands firm in her decisions, all while maintaining a sense of grace and self-respect. This behavior signals to others that she values herself and expects the same in return. There's no desperation for approval, no need to seek validation through others' opinions. Her respect is given not because she seeks it, but because she's already demonstrated that she values herself enough to not tolerate anything less than the best. It's not about being rigid or unapproachable. It's about knowing where to draw the line and not allowing anyone to cross it. Men and women alike recognize and admire this strength as it reflects a deep level of emotional maturity and self-awareness. Respect is also built on the consistency of her actions. She isn't swayed by fleeting opinions or momentary emotions. She remains steady in her principles, creating an environment where respect is naturally reciprocated. When others see that someone is secure in who they are and does not engage in games or manipulation, they begin to take notice. This level of respect becomes contagious. It inspires others to adopt similar behavior, to treat her with the same dignity and acknowledgement she gives herself. By not needing others to affirm her worth, she demonstrates that her respect for herself is unwavering. It's in the way she handles situations with poise and handles herself in the world with dignity. This is what attracts true respect. The kind that lasts, not the kind that comes from surface level flattery or attention-seeking behaviors. A woman who detaches from the need for approval is the embodiment of respect, and it draws those around her into a space where they too must reflect that same respect back. Boundaries are one of the most powerful expressions of self-respect and self-awareness. A detached woman knows her limits and does not hesitate to set clear, healthy boundaries in all areas of her life, whether in her relationships, work, or personal space. These boundaries are not about being rigid or closed off. They are a reflection of her understanding of what she needs in order to feel secure, respected, and valued. The act of setting boundaries isn't about controlling others. It's about taking control of her own life and ensuring that she is not compromised in any way. When you set boundaries, you teach people how to treat you. A detached woman doesn't tolerate behavior that disrespects her, diminishes her value, or drains her energy. She doesn't allow herself to be caught up in toxic dynamics or to be manipulated by guilt, pressure, or obligation. This clear understanding of what is acceptable and what isn't naturally attracts respect from those around her. It sends a message that she values herself too much to accept less than what she deserves. People can feel that. When a person knows their boundaries and consistently upholds them, others begin to see that they are not someone who can be easily taken for granted or mistreated. By setting boundaries, she also creates a space for mutual respect and genuine connection. When you know your limits and you communicate them openly, you invite others to do the same. It creates an environment where there is a shared understanding of each other's needs and a foundation of trust. For a detached woman, boundaries are not about creating walls, but about establishing a healthy framework where she can thrive without being drained or taken advantage of. Boundaries also protect her time, energy, and emotional well-being. They ensure that she is investing in the relationships and endeavors that align with her values and goals, while minimizing distractions and unhealthy attachments. A woman who sets strong boundaries is a woman who knows how to prioritize herself, her peace, and her aspirations. This type of clarity is incredibly attractive because it shows strength, foresight, and an unwavering commitment to her own happiness and well-being. Ultimately, boundaries are the key to maintaining balance and healthy relationships. When someone can confidently set and maintain their boundaries, it not only ensures their own well-being, but also fosters mutual respect and a deeper, more authentic connection with others. The ability to set boundaries is not about keeping people out. It's about inviting the right people in while making it clear that you will not settle for anything less than what aligns with your true self. Independence is one of the most alluring qualities anyone can possess, but it is particularly captivating in women who understand the depth of its meaning. It's not just about financial independence or physical autonomy. It's about emotional and mental self-sufficiency. A detached woman does not rely on anyone else to define her happiness or sense of worth. She is whole, complete in herself, and finds fulfillment from within rather than from external sources. This kind of independence sends a powerful message. She does not need anyone to complete her. She is already enough as she is. What makes independence truly attractive is the freedom that comes with it. When a woman is independent, she is not bound by the need for validation or approval. She can pursue her passions, chase her dreams, and make decisions based on what feels right for her, not based on what others expect or want. This freedom is magnetic because it's a reflection of someone who is not constrained by the opinions or expectations of others. She is free to be herself without apology or compromise. Moreover, independence doesn't mean isolation. It doesn't mean she doesn't value companionship or connection. On the contrary, it means that when she does choose to invite someone into her life, it is because that person aligns with her values, respects her boundaries, and adds to her life in a meaningful way. She is not seeking someone to complete her, but rather someone who complements the already full life she has built for herself. This sense of independence creates an atmosphere of self-respect and self-reliance, which draws people in who are looking for genuine, equal partnerships, not codependency or reliance. Emotional independence is equally powerful. It's the ability to stand strong in your own emotions, not allowing anyone else to dictate how you should feel or react. A detached woman doesn't need someone to fix her or validate her emotional state. She is in tune with her own feelings and knows how to manage them without external influence. This emotional maturity is incredibly attractive because it signals someone who is in control of themselves, able to weather any storm without crumbling or losing sight of their own emotional foundation. In relationships, independence fosters respect and admiration. The right kind of partnership thrives when both people are strong and self-sufficient in their own right. When a woman is independent, it becomes clear that her love, her affection, her time, and her energy are gifts, things she chooses to give freely, not things she needs to give in order to feel whole. This kind of dynamic is balanced, healthy, and built on mutual respect, which is why it draws people in. It's a powerful, sustainable connection that does not depend on neediness or attachment, but on genuine shared experiences and respect. Independence makes a woman stand tall because she knows that her happiness, her worth, and her success are all determined by her, not by the circumstances or people around her. It is this strength, rooted in independence, that naturally attracts those who value resilience, self-sufficiency, and emotional maturity. Emotional control is a key element of personal strength that reveals an individual's ability to manage their inner world with grace and poise. When a woman maintains emotional control, she doesn't allow herself to be easily swayed by external circumstances or the actions of others. She understands that emotions are powerful forces, but they do not define her. They are simply signals, indicators of how she might be feeling in a given moment. Rather than letting these emotions control her reactions, she remains steady, calm, and composed, regardless of the challenges she faces. This kind of emotional control is incredibly attractive because it exudes a sense of stability and confidence. When a woman can handle adversity with calmness and clarity, it makes her incredibly appealing. People naturally gravitate toward those who are emotionally balanced because they create an environment of peace and security. They don't lash out in anger or let frustration cloud their judgment. Instead, they assess the situation, process their feelings in a healthy way, and respond thoughtfully and intentionally. This sense of composure is a rare and powerful trait, one that others recognize and admire. Emotional control also involves understanding and respecting one's emotional boundaries. It means not allowing others to manipulate, provoke, or destabilize your emotions. A woman who has mastered emotional control knows how to protect her peace. She is not easily rattled or shaken by drama, negativity, or the whims of others. This ability to maintain her emotional integrity, no matter the situation, conveys strength and self-respect. It signals that she values herself too much to let outside influences dictate her emotional state. She takes responsibility for her own emotions and doesn't depend on others to regulate or validate them. This level of emotional maturity comes from a place of deep self-awareness. It means knowing your triggers, understanding your emotional needs, and developing healthy coping strategies to deal with life's inevitable ups and downs. The ability to control one's emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending that everything is okay when it isn't. Rather, it's about having the emotional intelligence to navigate difficult situations with a clear mind and a grounded heart. When a woman can handle stress, disappointment, and challenges without becoming emotionally overwhelmed, it's a sign that she has a high level of emotional maturity. Moreover, emotional control also reflects a deep level of respect for others. When you can remain calm in tense situations, you are not only protecting your own peace, but also fostering an environment of respect and trust. You're showing that you can communicate with clarity without letting emotions cloud your perspective or judgment. This leads to healthier, more meaningful relationships built on mutual understanding and emotional responsibility. By demonstrating emotional control, a woman attracts those who value stability and resilience. It shows that she is not only capable of managing herself, but also creating a safe, secure space for others. Her ability to navigate the complexities of her emotions without being controlled by them is a sign of strength, wisdom, and grace. Qualities that are deeply compelling. This emotional mastery is magnetic because it signals emotional depth and maturity, both of which are incredibly appealing in any relationship. When a woman is detached, her ability to detach from the outcome of any situation is what truly sets her apart. This ability is rooted in a deep understanding that outcomes are not always within her control, and she chooses to focus on what she can influence instead, her own actions, thoughts, and responses. Rather than becoming emotionally invested in results or chasing approval, she lives in a way that is guided by her own values, principles, and sense of purpose. This detachment from outcomes allows her to remain grounded, calm, and steady no matter what happens, creating an atmosphere of security and resilience. One of the most appealing aspects of this behavior is the sense of freedom it exudes. When a woman is not tied to a specific outcome, she is free to act authentically without the pressure of needing to please others or secure a particular result. This freedom allows her to make decisions from a place of inner peace rather than fear, anxiety, or desperation. People are drawn to this kind of confidence because it signals that she is secure in herself and not dependent on external validation. She is content with her choices and is not constantly seeking confirmation or approval from others. The beauty of detachment from outcomes is that it also reduces stress and anxiety. A woman who doesn't hinge her happiness or self-worth on the success or failure of a particular situation lives with a much greater sense of peace. This peace radiates outward and naturally attracts others. When people see someone who is calm and unshaken by the uncertainty of life, it offers them a sense of stability. The detached woman has mastered the art of enjoying the process, knowing that the journey itself holds value, regardless of where it leads. This approach also fosters a healthy sense of patience. She doesn't rush or force things to happen according to her timetable. Instead, she allows things to unfold naturally, trusting in the timing of life. This patience is a powerful trait because it shows an understanding that not everything happens immediately or according to plan, and that's okay. It allows her to remain adaptable, open to new possibilities, and willing to let go of things that no longer serve her or align with her goals. People who possess this level of patience and adaptability are incredibly magnetic because they convey a sense of wisdom and emotional intelligence that comes from a deep understanding of life's ebb and flow. Moreover, detachment from outcomes creates a space for true enjoyment and fulfillment. When a woman is not attached to a specific result, she is free to experience the present moment without the weight of expectations hanging over her. This allows her to fully engage in life, savoring every moment and finding fulfillment in the process rather than fixating on the end goal. This mindset fosters a deep sense of satisfaction as she is not waiting for the next thing to bring her happiness. She recognizes that happiness is not dependent on external circumstances. It comes from within. Ultimately, a woman who practices detachment from outcomes embodies a sense of emotional maturity and spiritual wisdom. She understands that while she can control her efforts, she cannot control everything that happens, and she chooses to live in a way that is free from the shackles of outcome-based living. This approach is incredibly attractive because it reflects confidence, inner peace, and a deep understanding of life's unpredictable nature. It signals that she is not only secure in herself, but also capable of living with grace, patience, and joy, no matter what life throws her way. When a woman is detached, she embodies a powerful sense of self-respect that radiates outward, influencing the way others perceive her and the way she interacts with the world. This self-respect is not born from arrogance or pride, but from a deep understanding of her own worth and value. She recognizes that her time, energy, and presence are precious, and she chooses to invest them only in situations, people, and experiences that align with her personal standards and values. This self-respect acts as a magnetic force, drawing others to her because they can sense that she does not settle for anything less than what she deserves. Her ability to uphold self-respect is rooted in the consistent practice of making choices that honor her well-being, integrity, and boundaries. She doesn't engage in relationships, work, or commitments that diminish her sense of self or compromise her values. Rather than seeking validation from external sources, she validates herself by living authentically and aligning her actions with her inner beliefs. This consistency of behavior makes her appear not only strong but trustworthy. People gravitate towards her because they know she is someone who stands by her principles regardless of the circumstances. Self-respect also means that she holds herself to high standards and does not allow anyone to treat her poorly or take her for granted. She does not tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or toxicity in her life. This is not a reflection of superiority, but of a deep understanding that she is worthy of kindness, respect, and consideration. By setting clear boundaries and enforcing them with confidence, she teaches others how to treat her, and as a result, she garners genuine respect in return. Those around her begin to see that she is someone whose value is not negotiable and whose time is not to be wasted. One of the most compelling aspects of this self-respect is its unwavering consistency. Whether in relationships, at work, or in social situations, she maintains a steady sense of dignity and honor. She does not alter who she is or how she behaves in order to fit in or gain approval. Her actions are guided by a deep sense of integrity, and this creates a sense of trust and admiration from others. People respect her not because she demands it, but because her self-respect is visible in the way she lives and interacts with the world. This self-respect also extends to her relationship with herself. She knows her worth and she values her own company. She does not rely on others to define her or give her a sense of identity. She finds fulfillment in her own presence and does not need external sources of validation to feel complete. This inner confidence is magnetic, as it sends a message that she is not desperate for attention, approval, or affection. She is content with who she is, and this security in herself naturally attracts those who value authenticity and emotional maturity. Furthermore, self-respect helps her navigate the challenges and setbacks that life inevitably brings. When faced with adversity, she does not allow herself to be defeated or lose sight of her worth. Instead, she faces difficulties with resilience and determination, always upholding her integrity and self-respect regardless of the circumstances. This ability to rise above challenges with grace and dignity is deeply inspiring to those around her, creating an aura of strength and stability that is undeniably attractive. Ultimately, a woman who embodies self-respect is a woman who knows her own worth and is unwilling to settle for less than what she deserves. She does not seek validation from others because she has already validated herself. This unwavering self-assurance and inner strength make her not only attractive but also a source of inspiration for those who encounter her. Her self-respect creates an environment where others feel encouraged to do the same, fostering an atmosphere of mutual admiration, trust, and authenticity. When a woman is detached, she demonstrates an exceptional level of emotional resilience that makes her not only appealing, but also deeply inspiring to those around her. This resilience is not about being impervious to pain or hardship. Rather, it is the ability to navigate through life's challenges with strength, composure, and a steady sense of self. She does not crumble in the face of adversity or allow her emotions to overwhelm her. Instead, she faces each setback with an unwavering belief that she will not only survive but thrive, regardless of the obstacles in her path. Emotional resilience is attractive because it signals an inner strength that is rooted in self-awareness and experience. A woman who is emotionally resilient has learned from her past, and rather than being defined by her struggles, she has chosen to rise above them. She understands that difficulties are a part of life, and she approaches them with a mindset of growth and learning rather than as roadblocks that hinder her. This mindset allows her to maintain a positive outlook even when things don't go according to plan. People are naturally drawn to her because they see that she is someone who can weather the storms of life with grace and dignity, never losing her sense of direction or her sense of self. What makes emotional resilience even more magnetic is the way it inspires others. When people see someone who has been through difficult situations but has remained strong and unbroken, they feel a sense of hope and motivation. This resilience serves as a reminder that no matter how challenging life may be, it is possible to rise above and continue moving forward. Her ability to persevere in the face of adversity gives others the courage to do the same in their own lives. She becomes a source of strength not just for herself, but for the people around her as well. This emotional fortitude also contributes to her ability to maintain balance in her life. Resilience allows her to maintain her equilibrium even when external circumstances threaten to shake her. She does not allow her emotions to dictate her decisions, and she knows how to keep a clear head in moments of stress or pressure. This ability to stay grounded in the midst of chaos makes her incredibly attractive because it creates a sense of stability that others crave. People seek out her company because they know that with her they can find a sense of peace and security. She is the calm in the storm, the steady presence that provides reassurance and support to those who need it most. Emotional resilience is also reflected in her ability to let go of what no longer serves her. She understands that holding on to past hurts, grudges, or negative emotions only hinders her growth and peace of mind. Instead, she chooses to release those feelings and move forward unburdened by the weight of resentment or bitterness. This ability to forgive, forget, and free herself from emotional baggage is not only freeing for her, but it also enhances her relationships with others. People are drawn to her because she exudes a sense of emotional freedom and openness that allows them to be their true selves without fear of judgment or retribution. Moreover, emotional resilience is a key component of her self-sufficiency. While she values relationships and connections, she does not rely on others to provide her with emotional stability. She has cultivated the ability to comfort herself, to self-soothe, and to find peace within her own heart. This independence is alluring because it signals that she is not seeking someone to fix her or make her feel complete. She is already whole and capable of managing her own emotions, which creates a sense of empowerment and autonomy that is incredibly attractive. Ultimately, a woman with emotional resilience embodies the ability to navigate life's challenges with strength, grace, and wisdom. Her resilience is not just about enduring hardship, but about growing from it, learning from it, and emerging stronger on the other side. This emotional fortitude is magnetic because it reflects an inner peace and strength that others admire and aspire to. It is a constant reminder that no matter the difficulty, there is always the opportunity to rise, adapt, and move forward. And it is this quality that makes her not just appealing, but truly captivating to those around her. When a woman is detached, she often displays a remarkable level of emotional intelligence that deeply enhances her attractiveness. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's emotions, as well as to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. This ability goes beyond simply being self-aware. It involves a profound understanding of the nuances of human behavior and the capacity to navigate complex social dynamics with ease and grace. A woman who is emotionally intelligent knows how to maintain control over her emotions, especially in high pressure or emotionally charged situations. She does not allow herself to be easily swayed by others' moods, reactions, or external circumstances. Instead, she approaches each situation with a calm, clear mind, assessing what needs to be done, how others are feeling, and how to respond in a way that is thoughtful and constructive. This ability to maintain composure and self-control is incredibly appealing because it signals maturity, self-discipline, and an ability to handle life's challenges with poise. What makes emotional intelligence even more attractive is her ability to empathize with others. She has an innate understanding of how people are feeling even when they do not express it overtly. She can pick up on subtle cues like body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions that give her insight into what others are going through. This deep empathy allows her to connect with people on a profound level, offering support, understanding, and compassion when it is needed most. People are naturally drawn to her because they feel heard, valued, and understood in her presence, and they appreciate that she takes the time to truly connect with them on an emotional level. Moreover, her emotional intelligence allows her to navigate conflicts with ease. Instead of reacting impulsively or emotionally, she approaches disagreements and misunderstandings with a level-headed attitude and a willingness to listen. She knows how to communicate effectively, choosing her words carefully and expressing herself in a way that fosters understanding rather than escalating tension. This skill is incredibly valuable because it creates an environment of respect and collaboration. People find it easy to work with her, whether in professional settings or personal relationships, because they know that she will approach challenges with a problem-solving mindset rather than an emotional or defensive one. Another key aspect of emotional intelligence is her ability to regulate her emotions in a way that supports her well-being and personal growth. She understands that emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but she doesn't allow negative emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness to control her actions or dictate her behavior. Instead, she has developed healthy coping mechanisms to process her emotions and move forward in a positive direction. This emotional resilience not only makes her stronger, but also helps her maintain a positive outlook on life, regardless of the challenges she may face. Her ability to manage her own emotions contributes to her overall sense of peace and contentment, making her presence calming and uplifting for those around her. What is truly captivating about a woman with high emotional intelligence is her ability to create an atmosphere of emotional safety. She fosters an environment where people feel comfortable being vulnerable, expressing their feelings, and sharing their thoughts without fear of judgment or rejection. This creates deep, trusting connections with others because they know they can be their authentic selves around her. She has a way of making people feel valued and respected for who they are, not for what they do or how they perform. This ability to create emotional safety is a rare and precious quality, and it makes her incredibly magnetic to those who appreciate emotional depth and authenticity. In addition, her emotional intelligence allows her to navigate the complexities of relationships with ease. She knows when to give space, when to provide support, and when to step in and offer guidance. She is attuned to the needs and desires of others, and she adjusts her approach to meet those needs without overstepping or becoming overly involved. This delicate balance of giving and receiving creates a sense of harmony and mutual respect in her relationships, whether they are romantic, familial, or professional. Ultimately, emotional intelligence is a powerful and magnetic quality that enhances her ability to connect with others, navigate complex emotional landscapes, and maintain balance in her life. It is the foundation of her emotional resilience, her ability to empathize with others, and her capacity to create deep, meaningful relationships. People are drawn to her not just because of her intellect or external beauty, but because of the emotional depth and wisdom she brings to every interaction. Her emotional intelligence allows her to navigate life with grace, understanding, and authenticity, and it is this unique quality that makes her incredibly attractive and captivating to those who encounter her.